space and release some flows. While the beat gets hard, we got control. A simple simplex fixed on electronic effects. We live the lifestyle that we reflect.
Whether we're 486 or a B4, we don't discriminate for sure. Just as long as your clock is rocking the spot, we respect your cycles per sec.
And locks and big ups to new main force in the spot.
Technological dance and disco kicks mixed with a bit of roll on your bricks. It's how we make the board command sick with bass sticks and various clock ticks.
Dust haters are claiming hacks dash, but that's just part of the madness. That's swooping the triple W. Some say there's nothing that we can do.
But I can command the bash like no one else. Make a script and flip your googlies, tip, reflash your miles with the raw firmware. Rewrite your moves like without a care.
Stop claiming the hardcore net aliens. You can't fool me. If it were up to us, we could hack your but the facts are we'd rather move your feet to the beat.
You can't move until you got a loop. Mr. Smack is here, so take the seat. Don't worry about the next upgrade or flash. We're here to make the old school laugh.
Time to switch bass and release some flows. While the beat gets hard, we got control. A simple simplex fixed on electronic effects. We live the lifestyle that we reflect.
Whether we're 486 or a B4, we don't discriminate for sure. Just as long as your clock is rocking the spot, we respect your cycles per sec.
And locks and big ups to new main force in the spot.
Technological dance and disco kicks mixed with a bit of roll on your bricks. It's how we make the board command sick with bass sticks and various clock ticks.
Dust haters are claiming hacks dash, but that's just part of the madness. That's swooping the triple W. Some say there's nothing that we can do.
But I can command the
Well, Mongoose again, and you've seen the footage, so let's crack right on with the pickups. I did alright, you know, I hit or miss, just hitting up different shops and just seeing what I could find. And I mean, I guess the moral of the story is I paid next to nought for all of it anyway, so that suits me down to the ground. Champion, right, the first lot I didn't pick up during, like, when I was gathering the footage and all that. Me and the Ben had gone, like, game chasing ourselves and just go to see what we could find, and we went to a second hand shop that I usually go to, and yeah, I found 3 PS2 titles, of course, I always find them. Simpsons Hit and Run. This looks really fun. From what I've like heard, it's pretty much just GTA but in the Simpsons universe, so that'll be pretty good, yeah. Rogue Trooper, I've been after this one for a while. Pretty late release on the PS2, and yeah, I've just heard really good things about it. Third person shooter, so I'll be giving that a go when I eventually get a chance. Here's an obscure one I've never heard of, Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, and this, yeah, it's kind of like a first person shooter set in the like Star Trek Voyager universe. Yeah, apparently voiced by the original cast and stuff. I'm more next generation than the original Star Trek series, but you know, I'll give this a go. When did this come out? 2002. Oh well. So yeah, I also got a PS1 game, not the best one, but he had it and it was £1. All these games were £1, by the way. Dancing Stage Euro Mix. This is a guy I go to, just it doesn't matter what game it is, pretty much you'll knock it out for a pun. So he had a PS1 game and the box looked in pretty decent shape, so if I see them and they're that cheap, no matter what the game is, I usually pick it up. But I'm pretty sure I've got Dancing Stage Party Edition actually, so it can go towards the collection. Oh my god, I've got a Dancing Stage collection. It's Konami though. Now the next one you might have seen in the footage, I picked up GTA 3. Now I've got GTA 3, who hasn't? But I always like to look inside, just in case, you know, the manual or the map's there, because I've actually been looking for like a spare map for GTA 3 and Vice City, so I can kind of frame them, just because I think they look pretty cool. Also they've got like the kind of posters on the back of them, I want like them kind of framed, so I've been looking at them, so I always look inside just in case. Because obviously I'd buy it if it just had like the map and the manual as well. But when I opened it, there was a, oh god, can I get it? There was an official like PS2 memory gate, is that what they called it? Magic gate, just a memory card basically, for PS2, and it's like the blue crystal one. And yeah, I think I paid £2 I paid for this, so £2 for a PS2 memory card, just and a copy of GTA 3, a spare one. Just seemed alright, you know, you cannot have too many PS2 memory cards. But with it being in here, I kind of thought, oh, there must be loads of save states from, like, whoever had it was playing GTA 3 and it would have all these saves on. So I looked at all the save data, but it wasn't, it was all like Pro Evolution and Brian Laura Cricket, which I was a bit disappointed about, because I like going through other people's old save data because I'm nosy. Yeah, so down that way I didn't really see much except loads of kids DS games, which you've seen in the footage. So I moved on to a different town, and there's loads of different charity shops in this town. Gosforth it's called, and basically yeah, I went into the first one. It was a mine charity shop, and these were £1.50 each. This is some generic crappy PS1 game. Another one, £1.50. Pro Backgammon. Now I've passed on this a couple of times, I've seen it, but I thought, you know, the box is in decent nick and it's only £1.50, you know, guns on the shelf. It's a PS1 game, I like collecting for PS1, so £1.50, that'll do. And Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, another great movie tie-in game, maybe so. From what I've been led to believe, I've heard a lot about this from Cadigarus, and he sings this game's praises. It's kind of like RPG style, you know, and you'll kind of level up your character and explore Hogwarts and stuff. It's very like open-ended and stuff, you know, lots of things to discover. So that seems pretty cool. Obviously I'm a fan of Harry Potter, who isn't? The movies, the books, the lot. Now this next one you're never gonna believe, right? This is from Oxfam on Gosforth High Street. Now I opened, obviously you open your games when you buy them, of course, you know, you want to check that it's the right game, and of course it's not scratched or buggery. So when I opened it, I had, the game was inside as normal, and it's not scratched, it's perfect, but underneath was like a copy DVD. So I thought, hold on a minute, what the hell is this? So I looked, and the title is Deep Inside Kobe Tie. Now for the adults out there that are watching this video, I think we all know basically what kind of movie this is. Given by its title, the Deep Inside might kind of give it away, but basically it kind of struck us in that moment that I'd actually bought pornography from an Oxfam charity shop. So, I mean, however, that's a result for a bargain hunt. I've never had that before. I haven't had a chance to give it a watch, but, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of time for that. Do people still watch pornography on DVDs? I remember on VHS. Jesus Christ. I'm saying too much. But anyway, I got Shadow of Rome. This is a Capcom game, basically set in the Roman times. Very much gladiatorial combat and stuff. I seen a video, I believe it was GameSack. I've seen loads of GameSack videos, Categories videos, and if they say pick up these games, I usually pick them up. And Shadow of Rome was one that I got told to pick up, and it's Capcom. Everyone knows I love Capcom. Yeah, that was $1.99 with free pornography. Happy days. Right, the next place was Scope. This was in Gosforth again, and I got a pretty. Yeah, I love these games. I think this is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 now. I think this is probably the last great Tony Hawk's game, in my opinion. They were brilliant up to this. I kind of think they lost their way after Pro Skater 4. I've got 2 and I've got 3 on PS2. So yeah, I've got 2 on PS1 and I've got, if this makes any sense, and I've got 3 on PS2. So to get 4, I chuffed to bits. I mean, I used to just sink hours into this game, like me and my mates, just love it. First person shooters, generic bullshit first person shooters, but it's a good one. It's Time Splitters. I love the Time Splitters series, just a really kooky, fun, comical take on a first person shooter. There's loads of fun to be had in Time Splitters, and it's multiplayer as well, which is always loads of fun. Same room multiplayer for you kids out there, like you sit on the same like settee or couch as the other person and play in the room with them. It's not over the internet. Now then, back to my old pals Cash Converters. I'm always bigging them up and I always go in there just to snag a few bargains, and yeah, I did so this time. It was buy 2 get the third free on the PS2 and original Xbox games. I didn't realise that at the time until the lady pointed it out to us at the till, so I went back and picked one. But first thing I picked was Die Hard Vendetta. Now, I got another Die Hard game the day, so there's a bit of a running theme going here. But Die Hard Vendetta, I have no idea what it is. Is it a first person shooter? Is it an on-rail shooter? I don't know, but it was £1 at Cash Converters and it looked cool. It's Die Hard, you know what I mean? Brilliant, Bruce Willis, can't beat it. Also £1, Burnout 3, Takedown. I've got Burnout Revenge, and now I've got Burnout 3 Takedown. These are absolutely brilliant games, just not your standard racing games. You go out and there's crash modes and all sorts, and it's just chaos and loads of fun to play with a friend. So chuffed to bits to get this. That was £1 as well, I probably said, and it was buy 1 buy 2 get the third free. So I picked iToy Chat. I don't think this is at all relevant. It says you can use it via broadband and chat to people, I guess in a Skype kind of way. Pretty outdated, I know, but I love collecting for the iToy, and like one of my small goals, it's a pathetic little goal, but is to get all of the iToy like games that, and the kind of things like this and add-ons that they brought out for the iToy. So yeah, I seen that and it was free basically, so yeah, £2 for those 3 games. Happy days. Anyway, you seen that I went to that retro game store, that's what it's called, in the Grainger Market in Newcastle, and yeah, he had quite a bit of stuff really. It's hit or miss. You never know if he's going to have stuff in. He gets people that ring him like every single bloody day asking them if they've got Super Nintendo, NES, all of this stuff. So when you go in, you never know what you're going to get. But I've seen a few cool things and I picked a couple of cool things up. First one you seen on the video, Die Hard Trilogy. This was £3 and I love this game. Basically it's 3 games in one. You get like a kind of third person shooter from the first movie, in the Nakatomi Plaza. Then you get a first person kind of on-rail shooter that you can use with a light gun for the second game, set in the airport for the second game. And then for, which one was it? The third one, Die Hard with a Vengeance, you get, that scene in the movie where you it's a car racer basically in a taxi. You kind of just got to get the bombs in a certain amount of time. Pretty similar to Crazy Taxi, but I remember playing this game like really, really fondly. And I'm an absolute sucker for great movie tie-ins, and I'm always looking for games that I can add to that playlist to the YouTube channel. So that's another reason why I got it. And it's £3, great game, 3 games in one. Hey, happy days, £1 a game. Next, everyone should have this for their Super Nintendo. I have, but basically all the Super Nintendo games, when I go there he never has Super Nintendo games, and he did today, but they were all pretty not generic, good games. There was like Donkey Kong Country and stuff, and Super Mario World, which I bought. But a lot of generic titles that, you know, collectors would have already. I believe there was a Star Wing there as well. Games that I already have, but unfortunately my other copy of Super Mario World, the label's really sun damaged, like completely and utterly annihilated. It just looks like puke yellow, just the whole like label. It must have been out in the sun for years. So this was like just a bit of a label upgrade, because I love like Super Mario World, and I picked that game up, my original copy of it, God, about 3 or 4 years ago, and I just picked it up because it was next to now and I just wanted it to play. But I think it's nice to have like the games that you really like to at least have like a decent cartridge of it. I'd love to have a box, but you know how much Super Nintendo games are like now, they're getting ridiculous. So yeah, that was £12, but I just wanted it because it'll look good on my shelf. Damn, that sounds bad. But I'll play it as well, of course. So just an absolute classic, and that's basically all he had as far as Super Nintendo games go, which is really what I went in there for. When I seen them and asked him about them, I kind of thought, yeah, I best buy a game off him, because he never really seems to have Super Nintendo. So that's pretty much it. I've done alright, I didn't really pay much, and I've got a bag full of games, so happy days, that's what it's all about. Buys everything the day, happy bloody days. Anyway, I'll leave you like I always do, to say thank you very much for watching, people, and if you've enjoyed it, you know, please hit that like button, and if you've enjoyed it in particular, please hit that subscribe button, and of course, like always, please leave your comments, people, because I absolutely love your feedback. So that's it, thanks very much for watching, people, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. Bye!